Okay,
Yeah,
sounds
you can
good.
cut that line, so I don't need that.
And Kristen, you can mute if
Absolutely.
you want to.
Sure, and I'll be quiet now that Christopher's leaving.
Okay. So thank you, my sisters, for coming on. I invited quite a few other people, so hopefully they'll catch the recording.
Yes, yes, we made it.
This
Dad,
again.
I love you. If you're gonna be out of here by 6:45.
I'm not here now.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm walking out of work. I'm so sorry.
Jennifer knows how to turn.
I can stop my video.
There we go. No, that centers. So I know you've seen my health journey progress, and you guys know a little bit about what I've been doing, and of course have seen it and see my posts and everything. But and I've been taking Juice Plus for what? Romelio is going to be 15, so 15 years. And he was what? I don't know, a couple months old. And I was like, I have 2 little babies. I need energy. I need better health. And that's when I was invited to a wellness presentation a million years ago. And I met Karen there. I learned about reading labels and ingredients. And I also learned about Juice Plus. And what really intrigued me when I learned about Juice Plus was all the research. So it's great. We all need fruits and vegetables. We know this. We just don't eat enough. I mean, tonight there's broccoli for dinner, but there's also not always broccoli every night. And I think us as moms, we have a hard time getting fruits and vegetables in our kids' mouths, the amount that we need. Anyway, so I learned about Juice Plus. What I really loved was the research. So fast forward all these years taking Juice Plus, we don't get sick as often. If we get sick, we are like 1 or 2 days laying around saying, oh, I don't feel well. We're not on any kind of medications. So those are things I've realized over the years. And then a couple years ago, I had like a diverticulitis situation. That's what we can say. And I looked it up. You can't eat seeds, you can't eat nuts, you can't eat any raw fruits or vegetables, which is kind of what I like to eat. I enjoy eating that way. And I was like, oh no, what am I going to eat? I have to cook everything, grind everything. It was just a whole other way of eating instead of just grabbing and going. So I was really thankful that I had Juice Plus and I could be getting all the nutrients from those fruits and vegetables, as long as, I was still making smoothies and whatnot. But when you're used to eating a salad and grabbing and going, but that upsets your stomach, you're kind of like, what else do I have? So March 2020, I opened my own studio. I was rocking and rolling, and I was like, "Ooh, gonna do my own thing, massage, have my own business to do facials." And then the pandemic came, and I was open a week, and then I was closed. And I know probably Lisette, your business went off, and Kristen, I know you guys were closed because of the pandemic, but I was out of work. So sad, but good thing because I got to reconnect with everybody here and the Juice Plus community and health. And I got to learn about the Omega blend, and I got to learn way more about the research. So they did research on skin, what Juice Plus does in the skin. And of course, I'm super excited about that. Helps hydration and microcirculation, helps with anti-aging, which is all the things I'm doing at work anyway. So awesome research with that. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Plus all the other research.
Incorporating it,
Oh.
yeah.
So after March with the pandemic and you had to close down, what happened?
I got to reconnect with all my health-minded people, and just learn more and reconnect. And now I see the value of not only health and nutrition with a pandemic rolling around out there, and keeping our health intact, but also having this as a income. potentially. So I, of course, love what I'm taking. I wouldn't take this for all these years if I didn't. And the number one thing for me is just the research, that when you're taking it, it's in the bloodstream and it's doing what fruits and vegetables are supposed to do for us. So that's my number one thing. Omegas, I just started taking. I was having a lot of breast pain. Like I could not even put a shirt on, a bra on. It hurt a lot. So went to a bunch of doctor appointments. Yes, you didn't know this. I saw your eyebrows.
I was like, okay.
So I went to doctors and everything, and the doctor says take omegas. And I've been wanting to take the plant-based omega because I don't want fishy burps from other omegas and I don't know where they come from. So plant-based omega, started taking it, and my breast pain really went away. And that was the only thing I changed. I'm not a coffee drinker. I'm not a sugar. I mean, I love cake, but those aren't the things that keep me energized. So I've also realized since I've been taking the omegas and more consistent with eating better and taking Juice Plus is that my PMS symptoms are super decreased. And if we know, we know. Us ladies, we know. So
Right,
I'll turn it over to Sharon, Karen.
It's me. It's Sharon. Hi, guys. So glad you're on here. Well, I loved hearing that from Sharice. I had no idea about your breasts, basically.
Sharon, why not?
Not sure. That was a new flair for me.
You know, I didn't know that either, but I'm glad to know that, and I'm glad to know that it helped and it's helping.
Yeah, I'm so glad. And the doctor recommended an omega. That's pretty amazing too, because they're not always on board with like natural kinds of solutions, but a lot of times they recommend omegas for sure. Okay, so Karen and I are excited to be on here to support Sharice, and you guys are her support system also. So it's great to have the merging of us all. Sharice came back to us basically when everything shut down, and we're like, oh my gosh, Sharice is back, you know, because we used to see her all the time, and she's been busy doing massage and everything else. So we got a chance to work with her, and she's got like a renewed passion. She's always loved Juice Plus and all that. But now I think it just helps, it fits her a little more. And she's, you know, looking at this as a secondary stream of income. And she's becoming more bold with doing presentations and things like that. So we wanted to have like a support call so you would know what it is she does and what you know, Juice Plus is all about, and the company. So that's what I'm going to cover. Hopefully you guys are good with that. And I'm going to share my screen. And I've been with the company for 21 years, believe it or not. I used to be super unhealthy. I mean, very unhealthy. No one ever talked to me about fruits and vegetables growing up. So when I saw the American Cancer Society poster and it was all fruits and vegetables and it was saying, this is how you prevent cancer or reduce your risk, I was like, wow. And I had heard about Juice Plus from my friend, and she was so excited. She's like, it's got all your vitamins, minerals, and everything you need, and it's Jetsons come to life. And I'm like, sign me up. But then I started to learn more about fruits and vegetables. Then I was glad that there was an easy solution because I'm really not the healthiest eater. So these are just some of the articles about cancer and fruits and vegetables. But if you look up any disease process, it's going to say eat more fruits and vegetables, you know, and that's like usually the number one recommendation because our bodies need that nutrition to work properly. And so I learned a lot from that. I learned that multivitamins, actually vitamins and minerals, come from fruits and vegetables. A lot of times people are trying to bridge that gap with a vitamin supplement. So then I started to learn, oh my gosh, if you look up on the internet, how many vitamins are actually discovered and replicated and named, and there's 13. That's it. When you add minerals, there's 30. So if you're taking a multivitamin, you might get like 30. isolated nutrients, but if you have an apple, it's 10,000. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad. I'm so thankful I have this Juice Plus stuff. So not only does the apple have 10,000, but so does kale, so does broccoli, so does papaya. Your broccoli has 10,000 tonight, Sharice.
Yeah.
Keep going. And so each fruit or vegetable has 10,000 nutrients, but yet people aren't getting enough fruits and vegetables. So they're trying to bridge the gap with that vitamin. The vitamin is not going to do it. The other thing I started to learn about was oxidative stress, and that every day you don't have enough fruits and vegetables, it's like standing in front of an x-ray machine. So who would want to do that? I know you wouldn't want to do that, right, Kristen? Even though you're in the office near the x-ray machine, you can stand there, right? Well,
Right.
whenever we don't have enough fruits and vegetables, that's what's happening. We're having what's called mutagenic oxidants, and they're hitting on our good cells 10,000 hits a day. And that doesn't matter whether it's brain cells, skin cells, all of our different cells, we have what's called free radicals or mutagenic oxidants. That's why we need antioxidants, because we have this oxidative stress. So some people have a lot of oxidative stress depending on their lifestyle, and some people might not have as much, but we all have it. And that's why we all need fruits and vegetables, which has the antioxidants. So that's why Time Magazine said many years ago that news isn't that fruits and vegetables are good for you, it's that they're so good they could save your life. So I was super thankful that I had Juice Plus, because also, even if we try to eat fruits and vegetables, our produce is picked early, it's trucked, and also it's irradiated, and all kinds of things are done to our fruits and vegetables. Plus, we tend to eat the same ones all the time. So Juice Plus delivers fruits, vegetables, and berries, 30 different ones that are pulverized with the seeds, the skins, the peels, whatever's healthy, they use it. And so it's not like juicing, it's pulverizing, and they take out the salt, the sugar, and the water, and they have been able to make it into powders. So it's in capsule form, or the powders go into chewables, which everybody loves. So when you have the fruit blend, it's acerola cherry, apple, beet, peach, pineapple, lemon peel, cranberry, date, orange, mango, and prune. And the vegetable, it's beet, broccoli, rice bran, cabbage, lemon peel, parsley, carrot, garlic, kale, spinach, and tomato. I mean, I didn't even know what kale was when I first started Juice Plus. I'm like, it's the largest anti-cancer vegetable. I was so excited because I was actually getting it. And then the berry blend, artichoke, bilberry, which I've yet to see in Publix, blackberry, blackcurrant, cranberry, elderberry, blueberry, cocoa, Concord grape, pomegranate, and raspberry. So, every day, what your habits, that's what matters. So that is a great habit to have. And so, you might say, all right, well, there's all these other products out on the market. Hi, Lizette, you got kicked off. She's back. So there's like thousands of products out on the market. What makes Juice Plus unique, right? So number one, it's a food. So a lot of doctors really love our product because it's not a vitamin, believe it or not. The Annals of Internal Medicine actually said enough is enough. We've done enough research on vitamins to show it doesn't help prevent disease. So doctors usually love that it's a food label, because it's like bridging the gap for what we're actually missing. We don't have a vitamin deficiency, we have a whole food deficiency. So it has the food label, and then it has a safety label. So if you went to Whole Foods or, another place, you don't know whether that product's safe. And like Oprah with Consumer Labs pulled off some products on the shelf a long time ago, and some of them had too much lead, too little folic acid, all these different things. With NSF certification, what's on the label is in the product, what's in the product is on the label. And even high level sports teams can take it, because it guarantees there's no banned substances also. So it's pretty cool. But the thing that really attracted me is the same as what attracted Sharice, which was the research. I have a couple master's degrees, and one of them was way heavy in research, which we're going to get to. I thought it was the next slide, but we're going to get to the research. But the omega is another one of our products. Omega fatty acids, those are kind of known to support heart, brain, joints. skin and eyes. And what's neat is it took 10 years for them to develop the omega blend to be like the best, the Cadillac of all omegas. It has a full spectrum of omegas. It's cold pressed, so you're not heating the oil. What I learned a lot through this company and through the professionals that we work with. And I learned that a lot of the omegas are heated, so that doesn't really help. So it takes away from the oil when it's heated. And so this is cold pressed, and it's vegan. And so they go straight to the algae instead of the fish, which is what makes the fish healthy is the algae. And then they add in things like sea buckthorn berry oil, which I was reading about the other day with my mother-in-law. I'm like, oh my gosh, this stuff's really good for you. They go to great lengths to get that like in this mountain. So anyway, they really have the high quality foods. And I've used the complete shake and Juice Plus for 21 years. The Omega just came out like 2 or 3 years ago. This is what I live off of, this complete shake. I don't know how many things I've had today that's had it in it. I had the shake this morning. I had a waffle because Doug was actually craving it. So we make a waffle with just a banana, an egg, and the complete shake, and then add chocolate chips and pecans. It's so good. In one of those little waffle makers. So you can add it to anything. You can have it as a shake in the morning or the afternoon, and it's very filling. It has good fiber, so it keeps things flowing, and it's all plant ingredients. And if you've seen movies like Game Changers, we need more and more plants in our body every day. And that's what's really going to help us have optimal health. So this has things like sprouts, broccoli, radish, alfalfa sprouts, great ancient grains, water washed, non-genetically modified soy, which is more like edamame and not processed. And so anyway, that I live off of every day. And it's really, really good for you, especially if you want to have, quote, a transformation. Sometimes you do that twice a day. So
The shake saves me in between clients and busy days when I'm starving.
Yeah, I know. And if you have one of those Yeti thermoses, you can make it ahead of time. And
Yep, I take it with me, and when I'm in between clients cleaning my stuff up, I'll just chug on the shake.
that's really a good thing to tell everybody. So Juice Plus has been tested at University of Mississippi on pregnant women, at University of Texas MD Anderson on stage 4 cancer patients, and also Nemours on children, and a lot of other populations at all these different universities and medical centers, and all with great results. And if it wasn't safe or effective, there's no way they would have ever been able to get in the door to test on those very sensitive populations. So Juice Plus has been through all the testing, and that's why you can be happy that Rese is representing a product that's really been tested. Millions of people take Juice Plus. Children get it for free with an adult purchase. So the company really wants whole families on Juice Plus. And it's double-blind, placebo-controlled crossover studies. So the first studies were, does it get absorbed? Yes. Does it reduce that oxidative stress? Yes. Within 28 days, the oxidative stress is down, and then you have less damage to your DNA. So those were the very first studies. T cells are up within 80 days. So many great studies. And then your skin and your gums are better. Rese already mentioned those. Pulmonary health, who doesn't want better pulmonary health? And that was with smokers that they tested. So there's all kinds of great studies, including cardiovascular wellness, which is like 5 studies, and it reduces systemic inflammation, which I know medical professionals love that, right?
Yeah, we love reduction of inflammation in
I
my line of work.
Yeah, I have acupuncturists, chiropractors, they're on our team. They love the fact that it reduces systemic inflammation. That's one of the biggest.
I have a question. Can I ask a question? Do we have like question and answer at the end?
No, you can ask it while we're on the research if you're excited about the research.
Is there research that says anything about lowering cholesterol?
Yes. So it says here supports healthy cholesterol, LDL, and triglyceride metabolism. Yeah.
Okay. And which one is that?
Karen will find that for you. There's 40.
Karen? Thank God Karen's on.
Thank God. Da, da, da.
So what do you mean, which one? Like it's with all three of them?
Is it like, so it's a 3-step program. So it's like you do fruits and vegetable fruits,
Oh, I would say
and
all three
vegetables,
blends.
then omegas. Is that how it works?
So you want to get the trio. That would be the foundation product, the fruits, veggies, berries. And that would be the study that it had it. I wasn't sure if you meant which journal, because there's 40 different
So
studies.
there is actually a
I
very
was going to do a lot of research myself. No, that's why you have the master's degree, Karen. I don't have time to research this.
Okay, yeah, just
So they've done the
Berries.
research for you. So there is, I'm going to send to Charisse right now because Sharon's going to continue to talk, but there is a short, like 3 to 4 minute video with Dr. How do you say his name? Lamprecht, talking about the cholesterol study. So I'll send that to Charisse and she can forward that to you.
Totally in love with you.
there's
That's
so
why I'm just going to ask you, because I don't think you're going to lie to me. So like they basically, all of them, it's like each adult takes the fruits, the vegetables, and the berries. There's 3 different ones. Is that right?
yes. And then there's the omega on the side and the complete. So those
The
are
omega is on the side. Okay. And then complete is the shakes.
Yes.
yes.
See, just break it down for me. I'm pretty smart. I just need to know like how it breaks down.
I love the way
Okay.
But the specific study that you asked was
Which one
those
helps with, like,
those
cholesterol?
participants
So those
took fruit,
3
vegetables, and berries.
are the ones that really will help, like if with everything, with just your general
yes.
Yeah.
health, but then it also will help with that. And then you're saying if I buy it for the adults, then the children is free?
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. Here we go.
Sorry, so I just want to know about cholesterol. Okay, go ahead. Now I'm back.
Age 4 through 18 or undergraduate in college. So as long as they're school age, you can have an adult purchase Juice Plus and get a child free. They charge $2.50 for shipping. Okay.
What the hell?
I know. My mother started to.
I'm just teasing. It's perfect. It's totally fine. I was just checking you.
No, it's the truth. My mother, I'm like, why are you canceling my nephew's gummies? He's in college. She's like, well, I can't keep up with him, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, listen, I'll pay the $10,
Oh, I got you.
Anyway.
That sounds like something some people in our family would say too. Okay.
Right. Yeah. I'm like,
It
just
does.
use it. Okay.
So
So
the children get gummies.
gummies or capsules, depending on what they want.
Can't swallow pills yet. And I'm all right with her not practicing swallowing stuff. That sounds bad. I was
No.
like,
Vermilio takes the gummies because he doesn't chew, he can't swallow anything, not even like a Tylenol.
right, because I don't want to be like, oh, Allie, let's try swallowing stuff. I'm like, I'm good with you just chewing stuff. I
Yeah.
don't care.
And me and Bella take all the capsules.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I mean, they
Good to
love
know.
the gummies. So, if you don't want to make them swallow capsules, that's fine. So they're missing less days of school. They're on less medications. They're drinking more water, visiting the doctor less, consuming less fast food and soft drinks, and eating more fruits and vegetables. What happens is you get Juice Plus in the body, and it's a way to get more fruits and vegetables. They start craving better foods. And the staying, not missing school and not being sick as often. We also have a study on that where it's less severity and duration of cold and flu-like symptoms. So it's all in line with our research with the immune system and everything. So I'm going to throw in our last product that we have, which is really like making waves, the Tower Garden. Okay. So we incorporated this with our Juice Plus products because we're still saying eat lots of fruits and vegetables. We're not saying don't eat any fruits and vegetables. We want you to eat more and more because that's the key to better health. So the company decided to integrate the Tower Garden, which is a way to grow your own, and then you don't have genetically modified, you have vine ripened, and you don't have herbicides and pesticides, and you also don't have dirt, which is awesome. So it's hydroponic and aeroponic, and down at the bottom is water with nutrients, and that flows to the top, and then it sprinkles over the seedlings that you put in there. And so that's how we grow our own lettuces and herbs, and you can do it indoors or outdoors. and it's recycled water, so it's saving water from a usual garden, and also it doesn't take up as much space because it's using vertical instead of lots of land. So, and it also grows faster. It's pretty cool. All right, so I think, oh, and there's my husband. I had to throw him in there because he's been a guinea pig for like this whole, community. And he says he's a little slow to catch on, but now he's like Farmer Doug, with the Tower Gardens, and he loves the shake. He's the one that was making the waffles tonight with the shake. And it really is about helping our own families do better. And so he's doing better because of our community. So our mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. I want to let you know a little bit about the company, then I'm going to turn it over to Karen to close it all up for us, okay? So the company has been around for 50 years. So it's not a fly-by-night company that Charisse is, aligned with. Also, it's the #1 selling nutritional product in a capsule in the world and the #1 researched. And so we're in over 20 countries, and we're part of the wellness industry where people, they want to be well. What is that you made? Oh my gosh. And so we've had over $15 billion in sales since inception. Okay, so my daughter brought me something, I'm not sure what. Okay, so you'll see Charisse doing this, and then anyone who you know of who might want to share this awesome information, we just share as we live life. I heard from one of my team members today. Her friend has been taking Juice Plus for just 5 days and is already having significant results. And already she passed by Taco Bell and went home to eat broccoli or something, like stories that we have. So that girl is ready to sign up. I'm actually meeting with her after this. And so, that's what happens. We get on Juice Plus and we become raving fans. So we just kind of start sharing. And then sometimes we share on social media, and then we always follow it up with some kind of education. So you'll probably be invited to some other education, because that's what we do. We have a whole network of professionals that help us to educate. And so our mission really is to inspire healthy living. So we're not going to stop educating. And we've got all these different doctors, like we had one the other day on colon health. So everybody kind of brings to the table their expertise, and it's all, to learn more. And so she's representing a brand name product with a tried and proven system. And she's building a network of people who love Juice Plus. And it's a home-based business. And she has mentoring. So we are her mentors. So just so you know, as she's sharing, you have us too as her support. So I'll let Karen share her story. Go ahead.
These are always so much fun. So I wish I was as smart as Sharon and Charisse, because I didn't really have any interest or understand the research at all. I just knew that I wasn't eating enough fruits and vegetables. So my story is I was actually adopted. I was adopted as like a little puppy, and I grew up I know. I grew up having allergies and asthma. My mom was a nurse. At any given point, you could hear the dogs bark. We have 4 of them. I've got one inside bark. My mom was a nurse, and we had the best medical care, right? There was nothing about prevention. Nobody really talked about that. All the junk food and all the stuff came out like in the 70s. So my mom was like, I am so grateful to not have to cook anymore breakfast. So I ate Pop-Tarts, I ate Lucky Charms. I mean, and this went through adulthood. And our cabinet next to the bathroom was like a CVS store. It was every single medication that you could, stand. So, if I had an upset stomach, instead of my mom saying, well, quit eating the Pop-Tarts and drinking soda, I would get Pepto-Bismol. So that was the answer. And that's what I just thought it was supposed to be. So fast forward till I'm 34. And I really kind of grew up. I mean, I had a great life, but I really kind of grew up and it was miserable. It was really hard. It was such bad allergies and asthma. I had ear infections a couple times a year and antibiotics. I had digestive issues. I mean, I was really not healthy. And 34, I became pregnant, and or actually 35, became pregnant, sorry. And my best friend introduced me to Juice Plus. And I really didn't see the benefit of it. I was just like, well, I eat some broccoli and I eat, this and that. I was eating probably 3 servings a day, like the average American. And she says, just at least do it while you're pregnant. And I said, okay, fine. So I went on Juice Plus, had every expectation of stopping after I gave birth. And I had such great health benefits happening during the pregnancy. And that's such an odd time to have it, right? Because your body is like all out of whack and hormones and everything. But by the end of it, and I was not allowed to stay on my prescription medicine for allergies and asthma. I freaked out a little bit, and he said, take over the counter. And I said, once you've been on prescription, you can't go back to over the counter. That's like eating Skittles. So at the end of it, I realized how healthy. Sharon one time had said something, and this is when I had my aha moment. Is she said, you don't feel yourself getting better. You only feel when you're not feeling well, right? You only know when you're not feeling well. So the whole time I didn't realize that slowly I needed medication less and less. So now I'm so grateful. In May, it's actually going to be 17 years since I've needed any allergy medicine, asthma medicine. I haven't been on antibiotics in 17 years. I mean, with that came changes in food, like we've talked about, like the metabolic reprogramming. So I always ate broccoli. I always ate a couple of things, but now I'm eating kale. I'm eating Brussels sprouts. I mean, I'm eating the foods that I said I would never eat before. I have 2 tower gardens, so I'm growing Swiss chard and I'm growing my own kale and I'm growing kohlrabi. I didn't even know what the heck kohlrabi was, like crazy. So I love this for that, because then it empowered me as a mom, because I see so many kids out there who aren't eating right. And my kids, especially my son now at 16, and he's driving and he can go get whatever he wants. So at least I know that every single day he's got his Juice Plus. So that helps me. And then as far as the community, I love this community. And it kind of came with me when I moved from Florida to here. There's a big Juice Plus community up here, and like built-in friends. And then I laugh because the business, it's home-based business. I worked in sales for years, and I hated corporate America. I worked with women and they would step on you just to, get ahead. And I was in my pajamas. I had to get dressed for this. So I was in my pajamas until like 4:30 today, because it's rainy and stormy. And I was just sitting here getting, stuff done. So I just love being able to help people. And in the beginning, I did it honestly for the money. And then the more customers that I got, and they came back and they're like, oh my gosh, my kid isn't sick anymore. Oh my gosh, my kid isn't constipated anymore. And this is helping. I just love helping people get healthier. So that's become such a passion of mine. So I'm so excited that you guys have gotten onto the Zoom tonight, and you are so much fun. So I'm wishing that you were closer, because I'm thinking I could do a happy hour with you guys for sure. So yeah. So do you guys have any questions? I mean, I hope that our passion for, Juice Plus and Rese has come across, and we're happy to answer any questions that you might have. And if we don't have an answer to them, we're happy to, find them out.
So I do want to say my other sister, my nephew, she told me that he will not poop unless he takes Juice Plus. So if they skip a day randomly, he does not poop that day. So we're very happy for him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, because kids have issues like that. So but I thank you girls for coming on. I've learned so much, and I just see so much benefit from adding this, even though I still live life and drink my wine and cook whatever I can get my hands on and whatnot. But I have this for health, and so many health lectures I'm learning that this, and like Karen and Sharon said, you don't feel yourself getting healthier. And this is just, I couldn't not help but share and really expose you guys to what the heck I'm even doing. And I love helping
think it's
people.
a really good thing. I feel like, this probably is the right time for me to do it. And I feel like, I think it's a really good thing. And you guys are all very helpful and insightful. So it's nice to hear that. And of course, I would always want to support Rese. So, and sometimes just having someone have an in then opens up a whole other, light on the subject. So yeah, I feel like, it didn't until, you try it, and then you're, you'll see the benefits.
And if you think of other people or you thought of somebody, you can always say, you got to talk to Reese.
I've
You
actually
gotta-
just thought of someone, which is
yeah,
funny.
you know, I'm going to connect you. I'm going to share your number. Just find out. No one's, I'm not twisting anybody's arms here. Just, it's such great information being involved in this community. I learn so much every day. It's, I'm like, oh, you have to add pepper to make your turmeric absorb into your body. I've been doing it wrong all this time. But, you learn something new every day.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
If
So
you
we're
do.
going to questions.
Hi, I wanted to chime in and also speak politely now. Hold on, hold on. You can eat some. Sorry about that, guys. I moved from my work to my house and I've been cooking or heating up dinner for my kids while I listen to you. And I'm just hi. So I'm really glad I caught the presentation today because I actually I actually have a friend, this sweet baby. I actually have a friend who just got released from the hospital yesterday because her calcium, her electrolytes, and her potassium were completely plummeted. Anna Charisse, she does not eat healthy, my friend. She doesn't eat vegetables. She drinks every single night. And seriously, her body, like, she almost had a heart attack and she had to go to the hospital. She even flatlined. And
my God.
it's really intense. This is a girl I grew up with since I was little, but she doesn't take care of herself. And what can you do? And so it's all because she's malnourished. And I've been telling her that. But people don't like that word. They don't want to believe it. They love to eat like processed boxed things and they think that they're eating meals and they're not. So Charisse knows I'm super health advocate. My husband's, my kids are like snacking on apples.
Wait,
constantly.
hold on. Lisette, Karen, Lisette's husband, Andre from Orange Theory.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yes.
But Karen, I thought you were like in the North Pole or something. What?
Oh, no.
Karen moved, Lisette.
I'm north of, I was there. Yes. Oh my gosh. I used to take his Orange Theory class all the time. I was in South Florida, but I moved to North Georgia and today has been the most like rainy day that I think we've been here in 2 years. So.
Okay.
Oh, how funny. Okay, great. So I'll tell Andre he's coaching someone in the garage at the moment. But anyways, we know a lot of people that are unhealthy. My husband's a trainer and people are constantly, spilling to him, their secrets of not taking care of themselves. So I definitely have to grab a couple of brochures or something from you, Charisse. And that way, when he runs into some of these people who, they want help, but they struggle with like preparing and you know how it is.
It's hard. It's hard to meal prep. It's hard to have a healthy lifestyle when we're on the run. I mean, being home for all those months was great to cook, but then you get back into your lifestyle and it's like,
Right. So totally.
Hopefully you guys get started. And what I will tell you is, I'm sitting here and immediately in the back of my mind, I think, oh my gosh, your husband, he can help so many people. So what I've seen so many times with people who are in the, and I don't want to say like just medical field, but like personal trainers, health coaches, people who are trying to get healthier, is that Juice Plus helps that process go faster. And when people see results faster, they're willing to stick with it. We also have another program called the Shred where they're eating clean. So I'm sure he struggles with people. Like working out is quite honestly the easiest part. I think the nutrition is the harder part.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more with that. I couldn't agree more with that.
And he struggles with people working out, but they're still not losing weight and this and that. And the Juice Plus component part of it can actually help too.
Sorry, my kids talking in the background. Thank you so much. Yes, I agree. But Charisse, so I need to connect you with Anna because she really is desperate for some help. And she, the problem is when you plummet with those nutrients, it takes time to rebuild.
Yeah.
They've had her on IV all week and it hasn't, improved much. So I'm excited. I'm glad I caught this. This was interesting, the timing.
Yeah, well, we'll connect and I'll see you Sunday.
Yes, you will.
And Anne might need some Juice Plus right away. So like I went and dropped like a week's supply off to somebody who was in the hospital for COVID and pneumonia and all that
You need to eat your food. That wasn't cool.
nearby, and wants to order, we can get her started ahead of time.
Yeah, I can bring that over too, if you see her more often.
And then.
Sorry,
Sharice,
my
do
son
I
is
just
upset. We'll make that happen. I'm muting.
Okay.
Contact you privately, or what do I do, honey?
Yeah, we can chit chat after this.
Okay, sounds good.
So we'll go
Okay.
ahead and stop the recording. Thank you so much. Sharice, you can thank the people who are watching on the recording.